So the easiest and the awful way to solve this problem is to take the else with it and paste it. I will now format the code again so that it's kind of easy to read. It's totally not easy to read. It's really hard to understand what is going on now. We have a first if on each update that checks whether the bow has reached the left part of the screen. If it did, we check if the bow is up enough, and if it's not, we say you miss it. But if it's up enough, we check whether the bow is down enough, and if it's not, we also say you miss it, and again take a life. And if both those conditions are true, and if the bow is up and down exactly where the paddle is, only then we increase the score and print the new score. So let's see if this really works. Yeah, you can see that I'm losing lives whether I miss the bow up or down, and only when I catch it, only then I gain points. But if I miss it anymore, the game continues. It doesn't stop. Before doing the stopping of the game, I want to delete those else's. You can pause the video and write them in your code if you like this way of fixing the problem, but I don't like this way. We have copy-paste in our code, and our code is difficult. If we want to make a new change to losing lives, we will need to write more code, and we will not need to only write it here, but in the other else that I already deleted. So it's going to be really difficult to maintain such a code. I'm now deleting both else's, and I'm going to show you another ugly solution to this problem. So what if I decrease lives remaining always? Isn't this crazy? I haven't checked anything. I'm just decreasing lives remaining, and instead if I hit the bow, I will increase them back. This is not good solution too. You can see that now I don't have any console log about lives remaining, but at least they decrease correctly. You can see that they are still 1 because I got the bow once, and they are now 0, -1. So the lives remaining is correctly decreasing. They are decreasing always, but when we got the bow, they go back up. And this is horrible. I think that the solution with both else's is better. I will do something totally different. And for example, I can have new variable. And this variable is going to have some pretty specific values. We already learned that variables could be numbers, and we played with this a lot. Today we realized that variables could be some different things, and we are not going to talk about these special variables with colors. Instead, I want you to understand from today that variables could have such a name and such a value that we understand that the only two possible values for a variable could be exactly those values that we put in ifs. So this is a number, and this is a number, this is a number, and this is a number, but none of those numbers could stay alone in if. I want you to put some sign with which to compare those numbers and to reach Boolean value. So what if we have a new variable that could have only the Boolean values? Which were those? Well, this sign can result in a true or false value. If this number is bigger than this number, we will have true for all of this, and otherwise we will have false. So if we had a value that could be just true or false, we should carefully choose a name for it so that we, the programmer, understand that it will not hold numbers. So I will create a variable called did we hit the ball now, or did we hit the ball in the current update. Will be longer and more easy to understand, but I will call it just like this for now. So did we hit the ball can become true here, because this is exactly the place where we understand we didn't hit the ball. And there is going to be another place in our code where we will give exactly the opposite value. Here I written true because true is the way we write the value for a Boolean variable which we want to be correct or true, or and when we want a value to be not true, we can give it the value false. So we can reach this line with two possible values for did we hit the ball now. It can be either false or true, and I'm more interested if it's false, so I can write if like this one. I don't like what I'm going to write, so pretty soon we will know another way to check this, but now I will be able to understand whether we missed the ball. So in this if, I can decrease lives remaining. I can write whatever I want. Even some stupid signs that will make our player sad, but yeah, he's stupid player, so let's punish him. I've written a lot of lines of code here, and if I wanted to change something about them, or even just to have them written once, I needed whether to copy and paste them or something different, so it was going to be a difficult task to have such a lot of lines of code for missing the ball. Now that I had such a variable, I can understand whether we missed the bow and write whatever I want for missing the bow just once. And that was my initial goal. Soon we will learn a lot of new ways, for example, to write this check, and something even more epic will be another way to write those two ifs together. But for now we will need all this code. And now lives remaining will decrease just the way we want it. But there is yet one more task that we didn't do. I want you to think how to stop the game when lives remaining is 0 or less than 0. This is your task now. Think of a way to stop the game when the player lost all of his lives.